Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of the Robbo's Godcast Sports Show. Hope you all guys are well. Don't forget, we said this yesterday, and we're going to say every episode for the time being. We understand that people are now in lockdown again. We're all in lockdown. We're all going through the same thing. And we know that some people it's going to be tougher than others. So don't forget, you can DM us, and we will be able to help you as much as we possibly can. We will either try and point you in the right direction, or we might be able to talk to you and try and help you with whatever situation you're going through. We all going through stuff. We all know what's happening, and we all know we're going to be there for each other as well. So that is the number one point. Yesterday, we released a podcast for everyone with Coach Jeff Ryanbold. He is a former NFL player, and he's been a coach around the NFL and colleges around America for the past 30 years. He was happy enough to come on, and he also is a pundit on Sky Sports NFL. And he was lovely enough and happy enough to come on the podcast yesterday, talking all things NFL, the 2020 season, his opinions on things, and going forward from there. So thank you. He was an absolute gentleman as well, and I couldn't thank him any more than what he did yesterday. And I thank you ever so much. At the same time, if I keep looking like that, it's because my daughter is sat next to me. So just checking to see if she's okay. But it's been an interesting few days, an interesting week with ongoings and outgoings and possible incomings. We've got a cup game to look forward to as well coming up this weekend. And we've also got to review our predictions of what we did for the past month. And one person I'm going to punch really hard in the face. And the other one is we're going to be doing another bunch of predictions. This time, Josh is not going to be lacking too far behind because he's actually in the podcast where we do it now. And we're going to be reviewing things moving forward. So the one big talking point I want to start off with, it's non-Reading related / Reading related. Financial struggling Bulgarian top flight team Botov Polotrovic have agreed, fucking idiots, have agreed to sell 60% of the club's shares to Russian billionaire Anton the Dickhead. They obviously haven't learned. People haven't learned. He has bought 60% of the club. It was come out today of it. Adam, I'm going to go to you because I know you like talking about him, so I'm going to definitely go to you first. What was your reaction when you heard that?
Feel sorry for them. I just hope Chris Samuelson is absolutely nowhere near the operations there because he's also an absolute disaster. But yeah, I think for Reading, it's been hard to recover since he left. I think we did to an extent when the ties came in and during the 16-17 season where we signed the likes of Swift and Blackett and Moore for quite cheap deals. So yeah, we kind of recovered then, but it took a long time to get rid of his influence and his impact. So yeah, I feel sorry for them, but I just wish them all the best of luck. We can't do anything other than that because it's happened now.
So that was one of the main talking points I wanted to start off with. We've all experienced what we went through with him, and hopefully that he will either do a better job than what he did before, and help him go up, or they will realise of how much of an utter fuckhousery he was and get him gone as quickly as possible. But let's go on to another talking point. I've got two people here who potential leaving, and I'm debating which one to start off with. I'm going to go with Olise first because the other one's going to be a debate, I can feel. According to some sources, according to some places, Olise is a real target for this month for Leeds and Leicester. Where do you think he's going? Do you think he'll be gone in this window or not?
No, not a chance.
Why are you saying not a chance?
because I don't think De Jong is going to sell him with 18 months left if we're still in the playoff places at the end of January and we've still got a chance. Where whatever really happens this month, we'll still be in with a chance to the playoffs or automatics. There's not a chance De Jong sells his prize assets when we could make Premier League possibly.
Okay. So for me, if I'm going personally, I think if they are really willing to pay, I think there was talk that it was going to be that they're looking Leeds and Leicester now around about 20 million for him, but Reading are trying to push more to 30.
Might get one of his boots for that.
If they're
You might get one of his boots for that.
Well, he's not that great. For 30 million, he's good, but he's not quite fucking Carlin. So if Leeds and Leicester come in with a 20-30 million pound bid, Ryan, I go to you. Would you accept that? I don't know why I go to you because I know your answer before you even say it.
What do you think my answer will be?
No.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Because you're an idiot.
Yeah. What would you rather do, though? Would you rather keep a player and let's say this is how it happens, keep a player, get promoted and get however much, 90, 100 million in Premier League money? Or would you rather sell a player for the 30 million and don't go up and have 30 million?
30 million, because it's not a guarantee to go up. You're saying that he's no. What you're saying now is if we don't sell him, we're guaranteed to go up. We're not guaranteed anything. We're not guaranteed. Huh?
He's got 18 months left.
I don't give a shit if he's got 24 months left or 3 years left. If a guy who's 18 years old and is attracting interest from players and clubs abroad, which it is, because according to places, AC Milan are looking at him. We've got other places as well that are looking at him as well. If the club are being sensible, which we know sometimes they can be and sometimes they really can't be sensible with an option. I don't care if we are top of the league. I couldn't care if we're 10 points clear and top of the league. If a club comes in with 30 million for an 18-year-old, you accept it. Because with the financial restrictions we've got at the moment, and because of COVID and no fans allowed in, the club would have made next to zilch on any money whatsoever. There's also being talked that De Jong himself has pumped in 150 million since he's taken over. That money is going to dry up at a certain point. He can't keep doing it himself. And I'm not taking the leaf out of Adam's book, where Adam is always trying to look at the bigger picture. I'm taking the leaf of, we've got a young kid here who we could maybe possibly get a large chunk of money for, maybe invest it in a couple, maybe 3 or 4 players. Not only that, you still have money then left over to not put your club in shit street. That's my opinion. Look, Watford would do this exact same thing. If someone come in for their best player for 30 million, no matter the age of what they are, they're going to sell them because they need to. Same with Norwich.
Didn't Liverpool coming for Ismail Assar for around 30 million in the summer and they said no?
Because he was that they value, because Man United and everyone was battering around at the same time and they were looking at a stupid amount. But he's older, he's done it in the Premier League, where Olise hasn't.
Right now.
Hey, Man United could do with Olise right now, to be fair. I think we should just get Man United on it.
I'll get anyone bloody on it if they really wanted it. So if you're looking without the rose-tinted glasses, and I know what Adam's going to say, because I think me and Adam are probably on the same agreement here, was if you take your rose-tinted glasses off, do you really expect Olise to be the one that with Adam actually takes his proper glasses off? Do you really think that Olise is going to be the one that pushes us to promotion this season? If you really thought about it.
If I really thought about it, he gives us that bit extra. I agree. You saw it against QPR, and he can come on and do something, and he can come on and create. Would I let him go for 20 or 30 minutes? Yes, I would. I have to be honest, especially because I know Pauno does it for man management reasons, but he doesn't start every week. If you get me, if he started every week, okay, as our only left back, say like Omar Richards, then maybe it'd be worth keeping him. But we've got John Swift now coming back into the side. Got Ajari, obviously we signed for 3 million in the summer. Aluko's come back into form. Will we keep him beyond the end of the season? I'm not sure. We've got Meite, who probably deserves to be in there every week starting. And he's probably not going to start if you've got Ajaria, Swift, and then Olise out on the right. And then you've got the unbreakable pair of Rinomota and Lauren in central defensive midfield. So if you offer me 20 million, I'd take it.
See, and that's...
I say in betting terms, right now, I would say we're like 40-1 to win the league, okay? With Olise right now. I think if we sell Olise, that 40-1 then becomes 100-1.
Yeah, I don't think we'd win the league regardless.
But what I'm going to say, I'm not saying we're going to win the league. I'm saying our chances are a lot lower without him in the team.
Yes, but you've got the likes of Swansea, you've got the likes of Norwich.
Yeah,
you've got
I'm not saying we're going to win the league.
I know.
I'm just saying that the chances are a lot less without him. Look at Norwich. If Buendia goes this month, if Campbell goes this month, their chances get worse.
Yeah.
Because of that, are Norwich going to sell their best player? No.
Yeah.
I get that.
Are Watford going to sell their best player?
Yeah.
No.
Because they're not idiots, and they know during this COVID period that they're going to make no money, and they need to withstand a football club without it going bankrupt. It's not all about promotion. It's about you. So for me, if you're looking at it through a point of promotion, you're looking...
Norwich right now, it's all about promotion. That's what it is for Norwich right now. If they're a smart club, they're going, we're top of the league at January, we're top of the league, we're keeping our best players in the season. If it goes wrong, fuck it, we'll sell him then. But no, because they're top of the league right now, they'll keep Buendia, they'll keep the players like Aaron's if they can hold on to them. If stupid £60 million bid comes in, of course they're going to sell him because that's stupid money. They're not worth it. But if a bid of 30 million, which is probably his market value, comes in, then yes, they're probably going to keep him.
Also, you keep him at 30 million, he goes into the Premier League, that 30 then becomes 60 market value. Players are worth more in the Premier League.
Yes, but if we don't go up, we're putting all our chicken in all our chicken in our basket, and for me, I don't think we can do that. The thing that I think will separate the teams that will go up from the teams that will stay down will be the way that the club is run. Now, fair play to Reading, they seem to have turned it around in the last 6 to 12 months with performances on the pitch. However, we're still in that transition. Right now, we're in that transition. There's no doubt about that whatsoever. There's still work to do. And I've got the talking point of director of football down there. We'll talk about that later. We don't have a director of football at the moment, and I don't think that we'll go up this season because of things off the pitch. We're still in that transition. But the likes of Brentford, I know you're not, Mark, you're not a fan of, selling their best players, getting to a point. And I get that to an extent. But the way that they're run financially is pretty good. Now, for me, they obviously moved to a new stadium as well, but they seem to have made a smooth transition. Finally, they started off pretty slowly, but they've also done pretty well recently. So I think they might go up, perhaps so. Swansea are completely in the mix. They've done very well ever since the start of the 2019-20 season, and they're kind of building momentum, and they haven't had a hangover from the playoffs. So they're in contention. And then you've got the recently relegated sides who are also probably quite well run with their current players. And obviously they haven't sold a lot of their players because of COVID. So for me, I think that will separate the teams that will go up from the teams that will go down. And that's the reason why I think maybe not this season. I keep my fingers crossed, but I don't think we'll go up. But I keep my fingers crossed, and I hope that the team once again proves me wrong. And I hope that it's another one of my awful predictions.
So, as Ryan said earlier, the betting at the moment, Reading for outright winners of the Championship are 40-1. On for promotion, Reading are 8-1 on. To finish in the top 6, they are 11-8 on to finish in the top 6, and automatic promotion. So the top 2, they are 20-1 according to Sky Bet. So it's going from someone. We're going to move from the Olise chat to another one that at one point looked like he was staying, and within 12 hours, he's not. It was announced that on, I can't remember which night it was now, I think it was Wednesday night, from Eddie saying that Richards was close to signing a new contract at Reading. According to some sources, he was saying that they were close to signing it. And then Thursday morning turns around and went, he's not close to signing it. But they're being pushed to sign Tom McIntyre. It's also talked about that Bayern Munich were looking at Richards as a possible target. It's now being said that today that he has in advanced talks with Bayern Munich to maybe sign a new contract with them over there, to go over there and compete with a place with Alphonso Davies. As it also looks like David Alaba is leaving Bayern Munich at the end of this year I think it's looking more like to go into Real Madrid. But Liverpool are also stepping up their purchase in him as well. I've got a question for everyone. If he signs a pre-contract agreement, so I'm going to give 2 scenarios with you lot. If he signs a pre-contract agreement with another club, Reading can offer a minimum transfer price for him to sign permanently in January. I think the well-known target of that was Kamara for Rangers. He was at Dundee or Hibernian or somewhere like that, signed a contract with Rangers, and then they then offered him to go there permanently. What do you guys think? Do you think he will sign for Bayern Munich, or do you think he'll stay?
You can start.
I don't have a clue.
Yeah.
Instead of having a clue, I'm gonna rephrase that question. So you've got to take yourself out of being a Reading fan. Take yourself out of being a Reading fan. And if you got offered a contract by Reading saying you got offered we don't know the terms of the contract. We don't know the years that have been offered. So I'm just going to throw things hypothetically towards both of your way, all 3 of you way. And I want to see all your opinions. If you were Omar Richards and Reading come to you, here's a 3-year contract, plus a bit of a bonus, plus a signing bonus, blah, 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 blah. Then you get another contract offer for Bayern Munich that says you're not going to be a starter. You're going to be a backup to Alphonso Davies, as for me, he is the best left back in the world. You're not going to, if he gets rested, you can maybe come in and play, but you're going to give competition. What would you do?
Can I rephrase your own question for you?
No.
I'm going to make it better. A lot better.
Do it that way, and then we'll rephrase it afterwards.
I'm doing it anyway. I'm just going to add terms to it. But if you stay at Reading, you're playing 90% of games. If you're at Bayern Munich, you're playing 10% of games.
I'm probably on a bigger wage at Reading, to be honest.
No,
I don't think Bayern will offer him that much money compared to what. Have you seen, mate? The money that I think the board will be willing to throw at Richards will be quite a lot. I feel. I think they're quite easily making the top earner at the club, Richards, by any feasible amount. I think he could go down to anything decent amount and slap on the table and go, "I want that," and the club would go, "Yeah, there you go, sign it now."
Yeah. So what we're basically asking is, do we think he's more motivated by
money,
playtime, or playing for the best league in the world, playing for the best team in the world? And you can't dispute that because they won the Champions League.
Right. For me, I'm not only saying this because obviously Reading fan. If it was anyone, I would go where I'm going to play more, especially at the age of 22, 21, however old he is. Like, he's at the age where you should be more concerned about your footballing career than go and do what Scott Sinclair done and sit on the bench somewhere.
I thought of exactly the same example then. Scott Sinclair, who did go on to do well at Celtic, but it just wasn't the same. He was. I don't know if he was on loan or whether he was at Swansea permanently. But he did so
Permanent.
well there, and he just disappeared.
Yeah. I'll change to a different example then. Jack Rodwell.
Yeah.
But you're talking. So the two examples you've just given two examples of two average players that have somehow had one. No. You're talking about two average players that have had a wonder season and then gone back to the players that they actually were. You're talking about a player here that's 22, and I've just Googled, so he is 22. He's 22 years of age. He can go to a country which will further his development by a mile, even if he's sat on the bench, just by talking about the facilities, talking about the opportunity with players he's going to be playing with, no matter if he's on the bench or not, even in training, who he's going to be in contact with every single day for the next however long it's going to be. If I was Omar Richards and I thought about this, yeah, you're not going to get that much play time maybe at Bayern Munich. What you can do is give yourself a case for if you do come back to the Premier League, you're going to go a lot higher than what you were beforehand. So with a team like with Bayern Munich, they love to rotate. They never stick with the same thing with Alphonso Davies. If you play 3 games in the week, especially with their manager at the moment, he loves to make sure that they're all fit and ready to play all the time. So he's going to get opportunity to maybe showcase his face, maybe not in the Champions League, maybe when they've already qualified to get in there. But it's opportunity for a player to go to a country that's guaranteed to win trophies, guaranteed to play in the Champions League, probably a call up to the under-21s, no matter if he's playing or not, because of the players he's around. And because of his, he doesn't play. He doesn't get called up that often at the moment because of his injury. But he's guaranteed, no matter what, he's going to get a call up because he's at Bayern Munich. He has the opportunity to do what Sancho done, go abroad. Maybe at some point they might find a different role for him to be a winger when they've got no one, even though they have 50 million wingers at Bayern Munich. But they might find a different slot for him. If he's being sensible in this option, I would hands off take that Bayern Munich contract right now. If he has the right pair, if he signs that Reading contract, he's signing it to play and not really think about his development for the future. He's just signing a contract where he thinks he's just going to guarantee to play football. His development is going to be so much bigger and brighter at Bayern Munich. And that's nothing against Reading. Even if we get in the Premier League, Reading will not stay up. We will be a yo-yo just until a point where we can be there. Until we get the right, everything is clicked into place and we work everything out. We won't be a solid team like what majority of teams are doing now, because it's the Reading way. That's just the Reading way. That's just not me being pessimistic. That's just the Reading way. So for me, if I was Omar Richards and you get an offer from Bayern Munich, you accept that. And you would go, thank you ever so much, Reading, for all the work. You've got me to this point. Now I'm going off to Bayern Munich to play for the best club in the world and prove what Reading's academy really is like for me to get there.
It'll depend on homesickness as well, and it'll depend on how much he plays. If he doesn't play a lot, even if, I guess, playing for a massive team and all that, and getting the chance to play, that would be an amazing experience. But he's so used to now this season of playing week in, week out, especially with the compact fixture list as well. And then to go to Germany and not play much, and then homesickness maybe come into it, because, it'd be completely different if he moved up to, say, Manchester City, because even though it's a different part of the country, it's still the same culture and that sort of thing. If he goes to Germany, it's a whole different kettle of fish.
My example here would be William Saliba at Arsenal. I know it's a French player coming to England, but it's the same theory. Even like on social media and stuff going, well, I'm not really an Arsenal player. I haven't played a game for the club yet. And he's meant to be this good young prospect. And look, he's now back out on the loan at Nice. And he's had a horrific first game because he's not got much fitness or experience yet, because he hasn't played for about a year.
I saw the opposite. I saw that he played really well. I saw reports saying he was one of the best players on the pitch.
No, he dropped an absolute clanger from everything I've seen.
Oh, I've seen the opposite. I think you can't look at it at the point of, I think going abroad is the best option. You look at some of the players that have gone abroad and come back and done better. Sancho gone abroad. You've now got Lookman gone abroad, come back, and look, he's the main player at Fulham now. Mate, they don't have a great
Not
team,
hard.
but he's the only one that's actually
Not
creating
hard.
anything for them. I don't care what you guys say. Fulham are a good team, and Lookman is really proving that he is a very good player. You've got Ryan Sessegnon, excellent player when he was at Fulham. He went to Tottenham, didn't make it. He's now over in Hoffenheim and playing every week, playing really well. Going abroad isn't about making homesickness. If you want to develop yourself, going abroad and becoming under new cultures and going under new things is the best way moving forward. You look at Jordan Hosgrove, another one. Let's talk about him for Reading. He went out to Spain. First game he played for them properly, scored an absolute worldie. So it's not all about the culture. I don't think you can blame the culture for it.
I agree, but it depends on the individual, I think.
Oh yeah, no, but I can't see a player that's 22 I think if he was the first one to do it, if he was the first player to try it, I get your point. I'd 100% understand it. But it seems to be more now British talent going abroad than staying in the UK because of playtime and because of the culture, because of the weather style of play as well.
Yeah, if you go on the flip side, you have players like Jordan Tutu, who went on loan to Boca in the Bundes 2, who absolutely hated it. He's come back and gone to Cardiff. With Emil Smith-Rowe, who went to RB Leipzig, came back, went to Huddersfield in the Championship. So it's like it's double-edged sword. At the end of the day, if it goes wrong for him, it could go really wrong for him out in Germany. It could be a bit of a risk.
It's risky both sides. That's the thing. You're risking going abroad. So.
I think it's less of a risk for him to stay here because I think even if he signs a 2-year deal with a release clause or something along those lines, or a promise that if we don't get promoted in those 2 years, he can go. I think it's less for him to stay.
And part of me thinks if he's really the real deal in the long term, then he'll do well at Bayern. But if he does well if he doesn't do well in the long term and he gets found out at Bayern Munich, then he's just going to sit there and rot. Do you know what I mean? But whereas if he stays at Championship,
it's one of those questions where we can debate about it, but the only person that will really answer that question is himself. Does he really want to take a risk of going abroad to a massive club? And he has two options. He could flourish and then come back to the UK and play for someone a lot bigger, or he could overtake Alphonso Davies, or he could absolutely rot and turn out that he'll go to Bundesliga 2 or turn up at a French team or go to a Spanish team. So it's or turn up at League One. So it's completely up to him, where I think with his mentality, the only thing that I would say with me that I would think that he would go with that is all the competition he had last season with Obita, with Blackett, with anyone else that at the times he was swapping around with. Anytime he come in, he did his job. No matter what the opportunity was, he come in and did it. So for me, in my brain, that what I saw was no matter the opportunity he would have, he will still take it no matter what.
You mentioned something earlier about him being loaned out to Bundesliga 2. It's similar with Olise. Maldini wants to bring him to Milan and wants to loan him out to Serie B. And I think that's a downgrade for me from the Championship.
No, I don't. I think it's a different, what he wants to do.
Yeah,
I get what he's trying to do.
Culture.
Yeah, it's the culture.
Rather than the standard, it's the country.
Yeah. They don't want him. Italy. They know how good he is. And I agree with Ryan on this one completely. We all know how good Olise is. But the culture in Italy is more defensive. Yeah.
Have you heard what Joe Hart, I think it was, said about it? He said something along the lines of it's completely different. Like, he'd walk down the road in the UK and people would recognise him, see him, stop him, talk to him. Whereas in Italy, he could walk down the road and, like, it's a football player.
To be fair, he's Joe Hart.
Yeah, but it's the same for everyone.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. No, I agree with you. And for me, the Italian culture is massively different to everywhere else. So for me, I completely understand what Maldini wants. He wants him to go learn it, understand it, and then the next season go and supply Ibrahimovic when he's 45, scoring still absolutely smashing it.
Also a chance to learn Italian.
Exactly. And you have 6-7 months there to go and learn a different culture, a different language, find what food, get your family out there with you to make sure they're around you and you've got things there for you. So I get that.
That's the one thing I'd say with Olise is he's represented by his family, where Richards is represented by a super agent. So the law of Bayern is probably being built up to him by this super agent for Richards. Whereas with Olise, his family will go, no, it's smarter for you to stay at Reading for a year and go, or it's smart for you to go to AC Milan, go to Serie B, go even to the best team in Serie B, flourish there, and then go to AC Milan and probably start.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. You never know what even the family might be going. Oh, Italian lifestyle. Oh, that might be nice for us. You never know. You never know what could be going on behind closed doors. Right, let's go to a player that is looking like, again, we are linked with. The good old Pedro Mendes saga's come up again. Can we just get him and just see what he's like, just for the sake of me?
I got a thought.
It's an Oliveira feel, doesn't it?
It is.
I got a thought now.
Third time's a charm.
I messaged Eddie earlier to ask him this. And he said he didn't know. But what if, obviously, João has been linked with West Ham. West Ham.
Are you thinking he could be the replacement to João?
What if they are linked with him because they knew Haller was going, and now they're looking at João to West Ham, so bringing in Pedro Mendes to replace João? It's just a thought.
Okay, so I'm going to answer that question with two parts. I think it would be good business for West Ham because they could probably get out of Reading 15 million, where Ajax have just spent 25 million on Haller. But let's just think that roughly they don't want to spend all of that, so they'll offer Reading 10, 11, 12 million. If Reading accept that, what you've got then is a very good striker that can do it. We know that he can now do in the Championship. But his injury list is still racking up.
I'm also
still going.
West Ham's record with Championship strikers isn't too impressive.
No, but also at the same time, West Ham with strikers.
Jordan Hugill, they ruined him.
Yeah, and then he went back to. He's at Preston now, and has he gone back to Preston?
I think so.
Norwich.
He was at QPR.
Is he at Norwich now?
Well, he was at Norwich. I thought he came on.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm fucking guessing.
I know he was at QPR.
Yeah. So you've got. So for me, you've got a player that's still. And yes, I get all of your points of we're looking for promotion. I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
I'm not thinking of that. I'm thinking of you have a player that you could get 11, 12, 13, 40 million pound for. You then have that opportunity then to maybe get a Pedro Mendes on loan with an obligation to maybe a 6, 7 million pound fee if we get promoted. We have to pay that if we get promoted. If we don't, it will be lower down. That's how the Portuguese clubs love to do it. So for me, I think it would be very shrewd, brilliant business. The only point, and I'm going to ask Josh to bring this up, is the only thing that worries me is Mendes' record. I've looked at his record. He's played 49 times. He's got 17 goals. He's got 2 assists and 2 yellow cards, but he's played 10 times for Almira. He's not started, but he's been off the bench and come on every so often 10 times and hasn't scored. That's my only worry. Is this another Puskas where we're building up to a Puskas type of player and it doesn't happen? Or is it maybe worth a punt?
Can I answer that with a rhetorical question? What was João's record like before he joined Reading and his first season at Reading?
No. I'm just throwing things out and I'm just saying things. Okay, so Josh, I want to go to you just before we get to Adam. What type of player is Mendes? Because I know that I asked you to have a look a bit about him. What type of player is Mendes and what will he bring to this Reading team?
Mendes is, again, a bit like a Puskas. He's kind of a hybrid between Puskas and João in the fact he's got a bit of pace about him. He can find the net when he's starting, I feel. He's averaging 23.3 minutes a game for Almeria, which is because he's played 233 minutes in 10 games. So that's obviously a great way to look at it. So he's not playing a lot for Jose Gomez. Almeria side to currently sit third in La Liga Santander. He hasn't scored. The only real bit of notoriety he's got is he scored in Europa League for Lisbon, Sporting Lisbon last season or the season before when we first linked with him. Hasn't done much left, but the main issue is he's still got 6 months left on his loan to Almeria. So for us to get him on loan, we probably have to pay the same loan fee that Almeria are paying or more to Lisbon, plus compensation to just nab him off Almeria's for the loan.
I don't think it's one of those where it's nabbing. I think Sporting are looking to recall him anyway. I think what I've seen because of a lack of play time that he's getting.
Is it the same as the link with Izzy Brown in that sense?
Yeah.
Probably.
Where the Chelsea are looking to it's a bit like what happened with Lewis Baker.
Yeah.
They recalled Lewis Baker and Reading went in for him after they recalled him, and then he went on loan to us. So it's one of the situations where we don't pay a penny or pay any of it. It's just money coming towards us.
Depends on what they do with him at the end of the day. But obviously, he hasn't played a lot. Still only quite young, 21 years old. So obviously, he could come to England and he could really enjoy it here and sort of fit in with the culture of the club or whatever, and almost be like that Zhao replacement if Zhao does go. And then hopefully hits the ground running, scores some goals. He's currently valued at £450,000 by transfer market, which is what all the big clubs use currently, and that's been his value for a couple of seasons now. And he's also still got, I think it's 2 seasons to run from the end of the season. So what's that? Probably math. 30 months left to run in his contract at Sporting Lisbon. So they're not in a position where they need to sell him necessarily. They can loan him out for 6 months to us, and then and if he does well, just go, let's have a bidding war over this young Portuguese striker.
Quick question for anyone who might know. Is there any rules in La Liga 2 that they play in about having players on loan from the same club?
What do you mean, like a Real Madrid A can go on loan to a Real Madrid
No.
B?
Like, for example, say in the Championship now, you can't have 2 players on loan from the same club. Is there any rule like that?
I haven't got Scooby-Doo.
Okay, someone have a look, because literally a couple of days ago, Almeria signed a defender on loan from Sporting.
I presume not then.
So if that or it might be
they wouldn't be able
one
to
where
do the deal.
Oh no, because isn't Pedro Mendes contracted to Sporting A, and the other one's contracted to Sporting B? I think you can get away with that because they've got 2 different first team contracts, or one's of the first team and one's a B team. It's like with Danny Loader. Danny Loader can go on loan to Reading, but we can also have we can't have Estevez, but we can have someone from Porto A that isn't getting it, but we can then also have someone from Danny Loader because he's in Porto B. I think because they've got 2 different types of contracts, you can still have them.
I think it's very hard to think right. I'm trying to.
It's very difficult.
Effectively, they're 2 different entities. So I would. But one thing that I would say is if we sell Zhao this transfer window, then we may as well sell Olise too, because for me,
just have a
Zhao
massive
is the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Zhao, not Olise, is the difference between promotion and not promotion for me.
Yeah.
It's either a mass clear
unless we find the perfect replacement for Lucas Zhao, we may as well sell Zhao and Olise.
I think it's one of those situations where it's either going to turn into a mass exodus with us selling and we get money back and try and help us financially stable, or they're going to risk it.
Are they going to risk it, I think?
Yeah, I think they will. Tom McIntyre, I think there was talk as well that the owners or someone is pushing for him to be given a new contract. We're not going to go too much depth into it because we've asked a lot. He's got 6 months left. If you were the Reading owners, how many years would you give him?
6,
Infinite.
7, 8, 9, 10, something like it.
Am I the only one who would just give him 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. Right.
I reckon we just go full Inaki Williams. 12-year contract with 127 million buyout clause.
Or just do what they did with San Etienne, Newcastle. It is a 6-year deal. Have it. No matter what.
What's the team right now? He's still 21, 22?
Who? Maximan?
McIntyre, yeah.
I think he's 23, 24. I think.
No,
he's not that old. He can't be 24.
McIntyre, not St.
Oh, McIntyre. He's like 18, 19.
McIntyre's 22.
Is he 22?
Yeah.
21. McIntyre.
I'm good.
McIntyre's 22. He's just turned 22. That's it. November.
All right, then. Right, let's move on. We're going to build up to the biggest FA Cup fixture there has ever been against Luton. Ryan,
can we not? Can we please just not?
No, we're going to. That's what we do.
Do you know what?
Can we just forfeit now?
No. Adam had to write a match review. Ryan, I have asked you nicely, and you have done an excellent job with what I have seen, with what we have, and I've looked through it, and it's an excellent job. can you please run through the stats and statistics you have found out about Luton?
Right, okay. Luton are currently 13th in the Championship. In the last 5, had 2 wins, 2 draws, 1.
Right, no,
wins.
you're not doing that. Do it normally. You're not rushing through it.
Get it over and done with, lads. Wedding.
Okay, anyone who's listening and doesn't care, like me, just skip about 2 minutes. I should be done by then. Luton are currently 13th in the Championship, irrelevant because it's the FA Cup. In the last 5, Luton have got 2 wins, 2 losses and a draw. They've scored 6 and conceded 4 in that time, beating Bristol City 2-1 and Preston 3-0. A 0-0 draw with Bournemouth and a 1-0 loss to Middlesbrough, and obviously the 2-1 loss to us. And they beat us in the FA Cup, in the League Cup. Sorry, they beat our under-18s in the League Cup. In the last 6 games that Reading have faced Luton, Reading have won 4, drawn 0, and lost 2. Scored 17 in them 6 games and conceded 6. And that dates back to the 05-06 season where they beat us 3-2. In history, because I know Mark is a big fan, Reading have beat Luton 26 times, drawn 8, and lost 22. As for teams, there's not really much point talking about it that much because
the only talking point I will say is Osso has been recalled from his loan at Luton, at Yeovil, sorry, and he looks like he will be starting against Reading this weekend, which is setting up for him to score the winner quite nicely.
Did you see my stat earlier on Twitter? Oh no, wait, yesterday, seeing as you like to pretend it's the day that it really... Did you see my stat yesterday?
Fucking hell. Getting all eggy over there, sunshine. Yeah, go on.
We didn't see your stat on the 7th of January.
Just say dates. Just say dates.
Okay. My brain was literally marinating then. Yeah, did you see my stat? Basically, we've scored in all but one of our games against Luton Town, all our competitive games against Luton Town, all but one, since I think it's 1994. But the time that the run started, Take That had a number 1 with Back for Good. That was the time where...
Oh, I saw you tweet that.
17th of April 1995. Yeah, Take That had number 1. I think You Sure Do by Strike was number 6. I quite like that song. And I can't remember what.
Can I just say, if it was down back to 1991...
You were talking utter shit.
I wasn't even born.
No, 95. No, it was 95. I wasn't even born in 95.
Oh, I was born... Oh, 95? Oh, I was
95.
2. Yeah, fuck me, I'm old. I'm old. Right, let's leave Luton.
Right,
I know you...
I'll carry on.
Carry
on. So, yeah, obviously, teams... doesn't really matter. We're probably going to play a weakened side. Betting Luton are 17-10, draw 11-5, Reading 7-4, so we're slight favourites. This was one that I found quite interesting, actually. This season, Luton's top scorer is James Collins with 9 goals. The next highest is 6 different players who have all scored 2.
I'm sorry, but that's not as interesting as the Take That. Seriously.
I was going to say, I like Mark's phrase of "Can we now leave Luton, please?" I have a feeling that's a phrase that most people use as well.
Yeah, if you ever step foot in Luton, that is definitely the first thing you say when you get into it.
When you
land, get out of
you land in Luton Airport.
I went there once. Just no. So predictions. We're going to go through the previous month's predictions. I'm not going to reel through who did who. I'm going to punch one person in this place. So what I'm going to do is go through.
And for once, it's not me he's going to punch.
No, I'm not for once. So what we're going to do. So the rules of the prediction game is this: if you get a bang on result of the exact score with the exact game, you get 3 points. If you get the correct
rules again, so you win.
Huh?
Are you changing all the rules again so you win?
No, because me, I'm no way. If you get the correct result, as in you said that Reading will win and they won, you get half a point. If you predict, and then if it doesn't go anywhere, you get 0 points. So I predicted in total, Reading will accumulate 12 points. Reading will get, Adam predicted in total that Reading will accumulate 10 points. Ryan went absolutely mental and got 16 points. And Josh...
Not mental, optimistic.
Okay, you can stick with that. Josh went with 10 points with the games he got. So there's two people I'm now going to punch, because Adam and Josh got it absolutely bang on with the points that Reading were going to accumulate. So with all the games that we play...
Wait. This isn't fair, because Josh had 2 games less. So that's possibly 6 points that he's missed.
It could be, but he didn't. So
Justice
it's fine.
for Adam.
Well, Adam
blame
because
he got me on 2 weeks after you did the prediction. It's not my fault.
Exactly. So shut up. So what we did overall was we wanted to see how many points each person got in total, with the 3 points, the half a point. So how many points did Ryan get overall? Adam, you've got the results down there by you, so that's why you're with it.
Okay, so in last place, but we should project the score so it makes it a bit bigger for him, because he only did a certain amount of games. Josh with 1.5, which is pretty respectable considering
I'll
he's
give that.
late.
Mm-hmm.
In third place, we have Mark with 4 correct results, but not a correct score.
No.
And in joint first, we've got Ian Ryan with 4 points.
Luton's the tiebreaker.
You all have won or come in the top 2 somehow. I'm going to punch you all.
Now, the tiebreaker is the amount of points that we accumulate.
No. Luton is the tiebreaker.
Luton.
I can't remember what you guys.
You might as well flip a coin on who's going to win.
It's more waffle in this than a Waffle House. Like, seriously, stop waffling. I got 10 points.
I got a 20p coin if you want to flip it. I've got a 20p coin if you want to flip it. That's
right.
more.
As I'm the host.
Do you know what?
Right. Stop. Adam, chill. Calm down. Put your finger down. Thank you very much. As I am the host, I am going to say who the overall winner of January is. Okay? And
there's still another round.
No, because we don't class the FA Cup. No one gives a shit about the FA Cup, so stop talking. So, I'm going to pick the overall winner of this, okay? It's between Adam, Ryan, and I'm going to throw Josh in there because he was left out, and I'm also going to put myself in there just because I fucking can. So, the overall winner of December is...
Adam. It's got to be Adam.
I will see if I could freeze. I actually was stuck for a while. I'll tell you after this break. X Factor. So the person who I'm going to pick as the winner is Adam.
You should have paused the recording then.
No, I was tempted. I have my mouse right next to it as well. Right now we're going to go through the next batch of fixtures, and while we're all here, and we're all going to see what we do. So the next batch of fixtures are Brentford at home, Coventry at home, Preston
add
at
Millwall
home,
to the end,
Bournemouth at home, and Stoke away. These are all...
Add Millwall at home, so then it's 6 games again.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
I've done my sheet.
So Millwall's the last one, because I didn't see this one. Are we at home or away for this one?
At home to Millwall.
Cool. That's fine. I will add them in as well. That's absolutely fine. I'm doing that now, so I can put all of yours on. And then we will release the predictions like we do tomorrow morning, Saturday morning for everyone. So you guys will be able to see and follow it with us and join along with us. And we want to see what you think, your predictions as well, after each game. And then we will go from there. Right. The first one I'm going to go for 2 is Ryan. Brentford at home. What's the score going to be?
Go to someone else first.
No, you're on top of my list, so you're going first.
I'm also on top of mine.
Well, that's
you know that run started in 1995, yeah, for the Luton. Was it Luton? Yeah, 1995.
I thought you was going to say take that at the top of the charts.
Yeah,
that run.
1995, probably the amount of points that Ryan's going to predict us to win over the next month.
Yeah. 19 out of 95 for the rest of the season.
Take that a elite, okay?
We're going to finish
You'll probably take that, okay? Are you insulting your mum? Literally, directly. She probably liked them.
My mum doesn't like cake.
How has he brought in Mrs. Fox into this one then? How has he done that? It's now this is your mum teenage joke. Your mum.
Yeah, it worked. It's worked since 2011.
And you say we're waffling.
Yeah, don't.
We're talking about football, and you just started talking about Take That in 1995. Who's fucking waffling now?
No comment.
Right. Shut up. My prediction: Brentford are missing Josh Da Silva. So that's a big miss for them, in my opinion. I'm hoping we're going to have a few good players back as well. So I'm going to be really optimistic and say we're going to get revenge and beat them 2-1.
We could play our under 23s and you still predict a win.
Yes,
So
because I'm not negative.
So what score have you gone for?
2-1 win.
2-1 win.
Oh, for God.
I'm just going to write your prediction in there now. 3-0 Brentford, right?
Not quite, but you can be cheeky all you want. You're going to get a smack at them.
Oh my God.
Right, Josh, you go next because it's just descending into a farce.
I'm going to predict a 2-2 draw.
I was going to go same.
No, you wasn't. Shut up.
I was going to go with a 2-2 draw. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw.
He's bottled it.
Podcast. You let him just run it.
He has bottled it.
Fuck me.
I called him out for being
I'm not gonna lie.
Bottled it.
I'm not gonna lie. You lot have literally cracked me. I'm literally crying. I'm not lying. I have literally haven't stopped crying with laughter for the past 2 minutes. It all started from Adam talking about Take That, and then said something about a mum, and then that just fucking broke me. That absolutely broke me. So all right. So I'm gonna go for my score, and I'm going 2-1 Reading.
All right.
Oh yeah, it's positive.
Yeah, Mr. Positive. Yeah. You're like Ty from Arsenal Fan TV.
It's time for him to go.
Time to go.
Right, Adam, I'm going to go to you next. Coventry at home.
I'm going to go for a win. You know, I'm going to go. Hey, get this on tape. I'm going for a win.
It's already a tape, idiot.
I'm going to go.
Adam Jones has predicted us to win a game of football.
No, it's not win a game, right? So when he says we're going to win, it's now up to the scoreline of how optimistic or pessimistic he is for us to win. God, what's the score going to be?
3-1 win.
Oh, fuck me.
No, thank you. I don't swing that way.
Adam doing jokes. This is the best episode we've done. Josh, I'm going to go to you.
I'm going to go 2-0 win.
Keeping a clean sheet. Yeah.
Clean sheet, yeah.
Ryan.
I've been optimistic. I've gone for 3-1.
I'm going to go for a 3-0 win.
Why am I not surprised? I am going for a 2-0 win.
2-0 win again.
I'll go for a 2-0 W.
That's a bad shout, to be fair.
I've gone Preston away. I'm going to go first. I'm going for a 2-1 win. I'm feeling confident. I don't know why. Adam, I'll go to you.
Hang on a second. You went to me first last time.
I don't fucking know where I go anymore. I just say fucking names and it just.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, Ryan, you go.
Okay. Historically, we do quite well at Deepdale. So I'm going to go for another win. Surprise.
But we're actually going to have 19,095 points at this rate. Jesus.
But I'm not going to be as optimistic as you think I am.
I'm going
1-0 win.
There you go. I knew you would.
1-0 win.
That's good. Smash it out. Josh, I go to you because Adam pissed me off by taking so long.
I'm going to go 2-1 win because we do quite well at Deepdale, but I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet away from that.
Okay, Adam.
I'm going to go for a 0-0.
I knew you was going to say
Knew
that.
you were going to do
I
that.
was thinking 0-0 to be fair, but I don't think we.
What happened last time you predicted a 0-0?
We won 4-2. Stop.
We scored after 9 seconds.
To be fair, my 2-0 win at Huddersfield result went out the window after about 5 minutes because Huddersfield scored. So
Yeah, same.
Shut
Fucking
that in.
annoying.
And Ryan's taking off Fraser Campbell went well as well.
No, I simply marked him as one of their threats.
I know. As soon as it went, Huddersfield went 1-0 up. I didn't see the score or anything. I went, I bet you that's Fraser Campbell. And then on my phone, it went Fraser Campbell. I went,
If
oh,
anything, that's
space
good
myself
research
bothered.
on my part.
Oh.
You know what? I hope James Collins scores on Saturday just to shut you all up.
I hope the 6 other players that have got a 2 score.
All of them on 3.
Ryan is honestly he's gonna be running naked down the street when James Collins scores against 2 of our defenders that we've never heard of before.
Third minute in the FA Cup third round, you go 1-0 down, so you just windmill down the road.
Yeah, exactly.
2,000 likes on our video.
Right, we're now good. Right, I'm overruling everyone. This is now becoming descending into chaos. Bournemouth. We've got the Bournemouth game coming up. I'm going to go first on this. I'm going for a 2-0 loss.
Oh, nice and positive.
Yeah, I'm always normal, but we won't beat them.
I'm always normal. Previous conversation, running naked down the street. Okay.
Unbelievable. I
And he's
never thought.
that Junior Stanislas puts a 1-0 up.
Adam.
I just can't believe you go for it. I'd never do anything like that. But I'm going to go for a 2-1 loss.
You see, he's more positive than you, Mark. He thinks us to score a goal.
Yeah, I'll give him that.
fair,
Josh, I'm going to go to you.
I'm going to bring some positivity. I'm going to go 2-1 win.
Love it.
Off Shawnee Luco's right arse cheek in 105th minute of added time, and then
Ryan.
I'm going to say it's going to be a fantastic game.
0-0.
0-0. This is got
No.
Oh.
I am going to say it's going to be a draw, though. But
3-3.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring draw. I'm saying 3-3.
And Ryan, what did you go for in Preston?
1-0 win.
1-0.
1-0 win.
Yeah. We got the next game is Stoke away. I think if we remember to the game last year, with Stoke away, no one had a shot on target.
Was that a really, really windy game?
No.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
It wasn't that windy. I probably could have farted and it blown over. If I could, probably not. Stoke, it's always fucking windy. Would you expect?
The Charlie Adams derby.
Yeah. Josh, I'll go to you first. What are you going for Stoke away?
1-0 win.
You don't sound optimistic about that, mate.
No, because it would be such a Reading game to turn up and get battered 4-1 or something.
I was literally thinking that as well.
Norwich away. It's one of those games that I do really well. It'll be Norwich away again.
Yeah. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Ryan, I go to you.
I'm going to say we're going to shine through and get a 2-0 win. What did you say, Mark?
Me?
Yeah.
I said a 2-2 draw. Adam?
I am going to go for a 1-1 draw.
So last game we've now gone for, so it makes it 6 like we did last time. We've got Millwall at home going for that, which is the day before Valentine's, if I'm correct, the 13th. Is it going to be a happy Valentine's for the Royals, or?
Do you remember that story when this man said, "Do you have to have a game on Valentine's Day? I'm supposed to be suspended."
I do. Didn't they put flowers on his seat?
Yes. Yeah.
I remember one year Reading were playing at home on Valentine's, and my partner who I'm with now, I still don't know why she's with me, I made sure that I took the day off so I could take her out for lunch and have a drink and stuff with her, so I can make sure I can go to the Reading game in the evening. might have been a bit hammered by the time I got to the Reading game, though. I don't remember who it was. I remember doing go, yeah. I don't even know what happened in that game. So Millwall, who am I going to go to first? I'm going
Me, because I've written it down.
All right, Ryan then.
Down as well, but
What?
I've written it down as well, but go on.
Okay. I'm going to pray and say a 2-1 win.
I've broken my pen.
Is that a prediction?
He's predicting that he's going to break his pen during the Millwall game. Josh.
I'm going to predict a 1-1 draw.
Could it be magic?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I can't write because
We've seen your articles. We know. I'm so proud of myself. How quick that come in my brain as well. I'm so proud of myself. That will never happen again on this podcast. I'm telling you.
No.
I'm going to go for a 3-0 Reading win. I don't know why. I just don't know why. I went fuck it. Literally why I did it. Adam.
2-0 win. What did Ryan go for again? Did he go for another win?
Of course he did.
2-1 win.
He said 2-1.
2-1 win.
Right, I'm just going to quickly go through the scores. So Ryan, this is what Ryan has gone through for the next month. He's gone for Brentford at home, a 2-1 win. Coventry, a 3-0 win. Against Preston, a 1-0 win. Bournemouth, 3-3. Stoke, 2. I put a 2-0, but I put a draw. Fucking idiot. And Millwall was a 2-1 win.
Seriously, if we get the results that Ryan is saying, I'll do what he's going to do if James Collins scores.
No.
And I'm going to run down the
explain?
By the way, you have to film this, and it has to go on the podcast. I don't care.
Please, can I explain why I have said some of these?
No, you haven't got enough time.
Oh, go on,
I've got all the time.
All right, let me run it. Let me run them all the way down, and I'll give you time to explain. Brentford, I gone for a 2. This is me. Brentford have gone for a 2-1 win. Coventry, I went for a 2-0 win. Preston, I went for a 2-1 win. Bournemouth, I went for a 2-0 loss. Stoke, I went for a 2-2 draw. And Millwall, I went for a 3-0 win. Adam went for a 2-2 draw against Brentford, a 3-1 win against Coventry. Preston was a 0-0 draw. He went for a 2-1 loss against Bournemouth, a 1-1 draw against Stoke, and a 2-0 win against Millwall. Josh went for a 2-2 draw at Brentford against Brentford, a 2-0 win against Coventry, a 2-1 win away at Preston. Bournemouth was a 2-1 home win to us. Stoke was a 1-0 away win and a 1-1 draw to finish off with against Millwall.
Would you like me to tell you everyone's points predictions? Because I've worked it out.
Yep, go for it.
Okay,
I've doing it because I was going to do it at the end, but saves me.
I've done 16. I've predicted 16 out of 18.
Christ.
Mark has predicted 13 out of 18. Adam can just have a bit of patience. I'm trying to tell everyone.
13 out of 18, did I say?
Go on, Clever
Yep.
Clogs.
Mark 13 out of 18. Adam has gone for 9 out of 18. And Josh has gone for 14 out of 18.
So literally, Adam is literally halfway. No, yeah. Hold on. What was Josh?
Those are quite
was
a different set of
14.
fixtures.
14. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I think we're going to pick up points, because they're very important games. I'm saying we pick up something against Brentford. We pick up something against Bournemouth. That's 2 of the massive, massive games.
I predict us to win against Bournemouth.
So have I.
Wow.
Actually, no, I didn't. I said 3-0.
The draw, you cheeky bastard.
Can I change?
You can't know because I've done it on my notes and I have to go and edit the.
No, I was joking anyway. It's going to be 3-0.
So what I want to say is thank you. Okay.
going to be one of
If
the
buts
greatest
or
days.
maybes, I just
Come
don't.
on, Johnny Luco's right arse cheek in the 105th minute because it's been 25 minutes of added time. 15
So
minutes.
we could have, by the end of
It's going
it,
to be one of the greatest days.
if Sonny Aluko scores in the last minute, Josh is going to do something. If we get the exact points that Ryan gets, Adam has to film himself running down the street doing the swirly round his dick, completely butt naked. And Ryan is going to have absolute bragging rights. He's going to be annoying twat if he gets all of it right.
I've got to do that if James Collins scores on Saturday.
And you got to do that if James Collins scores, and you have to film it, so it has to go on the podcast. It could be done for nudity.
See, I love being a minor. I love being a minor. It's so much easier for me.
Right. So that was a lot of fun episode. Thank you guys ever so much for coming on. Looking forward to having Adam again on in the future to see how we all go and we review it again.
Depends if I want to come on again.
Huh?
Depends if I want to come on again.
Well, you might not with your writing.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, or I'm too angry. So I prefer not to speak.
I think every episode I've been on so far is a little Mbappe celebration, you know.
Wait, what did you say?
I lie, right? You know, I said you have to film it for the podcast. I take that back. You have to Instagram live it.
Me and Brian will make a deal anyway, and we'll just say we both won't do it. If James Collins scores on Saturday, I'll say to him, you know what? You don't have to do it, but then you have to promise that I don't have to do.
Oh, he's a dick. He's a dick. He won't make that bet. He will do that bet, so you have to do it. I know Ryan too well.
Yeah, sorry, I don't make deals with negative people.
I got the right amount of points. I got the right amount of points last time, so there we go.
Right, I'm ending it before we carry on any longer.
Yeah, I'm going to fucking end it soon as well.
Right, thank you guys ever so much for joining. This has been an absolute fantastic episode. Don't forget, we might be doing another live stream Sunday. So check out on Twitter and Instagram over maybe Saturday evening, Sunday morning, where we will announce whether we will be doing a live stream or not. So go and check that out. Don't forget, next week we will be doing the same number of podcasts as we've done this week. 5 days, five episodes. The Formula One, go and check that out. That has taken off quite a lot in the past few weeks as well, with all the conversations and everything we've been having. So, and it's been great to have all your interactions. But don't forget as well, down below in the description, we have a Twitter page for each of the things that we do on this podcast, specifically to that sport that we talk about. So don't forget, if you're any fans of any of them, go and give us a follow on each of those platforms. And then we will be able to give you the best content we can moving forward. Oh, voice crack. And we will see you guys Sunday or Monday. But I hope all of you have
Instagram Live.
And we will see you for Instagram Live. It will either be myself. I'm just moving myself around now on my screen, and it's just really annoying me. There you go, Spell. Yeah, I can do it on my screen. You can do it.
Oh my god!
Oh my fucking god! Have you just realised you can do it?
Yeah. I'm never gonna forget that.
Right, I'm ending it. Thank you guys ever so much for watching, and we will see you guys very soon. All love and care. Bye.